I think this one came out even better than the first. So let's see, the bubbles are pretty consistent. Let's see what that looks like. Ah, voila, look at that. That's exactly what they should look like. Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy NK for Life Sports with Veer Israel, and today we are going to learn how to make the perfect protein pancakes that will keep you shredded and muscular. Let's get into it. Okay, so for our protein pancakes, we're going to need bananas, egg whites, oatmeal, and whey protein. I'm using all-in whey protein. It's written in Hebrew here, but it's cookies and cream. Obviously, you can see that by the label. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right then, as you can see, I'm using a Ninja blender. This is the only blender you need to use. Like, it's great like no other, and it's relatively cheap to many other blenders out there, and it does a better job. So basically, for one meal, which is about 2 large pancakes, you need 40 grams of egg whites, 1 banana, 2 tablespoons of oatmeal, and 1 scoop of protein powder, and a little bit of water just to let it mix. If the bananas are frozen though, you're gonna need a little bit more water. If you want to make it a little bit more bulky, if you want to have a little bit of a caloric surplus, of course you can substitute that with milk, 99% fat-free or 97% fat-free, whatever, however it works in the United States. But for this right here, we're gonna make a batch. So we'll get right back to my kitchen over there, and we're gonna weigh everything out. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so we wanna make about 4 to 5 servings, give or take, and we're gonna weigh everything out. So for 1 serving, which is 2 large pancakes, 1 meal, we need 40 grams. Obviously, we're gonna have 200 grams of egg whites, and the rest is just about the same, but just multiply by 5. So you don't really have to measure that too much. So as you can see right here, it's 389 grams. So obviously if we need 200, it needs to be 589. So we'll just take these egg whites, shake them real good, and after we've shaken them, we shall pour them in. Egg whites is just like a life hack. You get a ton of protein without a lot of calories, and you can eat more if you wanna go into a bulk and you don't want the bulk to be too large, or you can also go into a cut and still feel like you're full because you can make large, low calorie dense foods. It's amazing, you should get one. I thought they don't exist in Israel, but lucky for me, they do. So I'm really happy about that. Anyways, back to the Ninja blender. Okay, so back to the Ninja blender. And one of the toughest things you can deal with is the batter becomes sticky inside. So you really want to make sure that you pour in the right ingredients first. So if you want this to work, the egg whites, they go in first. Just like that. Then the oatmeal, for 1 serving is 2, so we're gonna have 10 tablespoons. Got a little bit messy, I'm gonna have to clean up here later. Bananas, we have 5, so these are not frozen luckily, so I'm not gonna need too much water to make the batter mix properly. So, you know, just as usual, just cut them up. As you can see, the bananas are all in. It looks kind of large, but it's gonna even itself out later. And of course, the last but not least, protein powder. Find the scoop and just pour 5 of those. Okay, you don't really have to measure this out. Like, the more protein, the better. So it really doesn't matter that much. And now for the last part to help it blend, just a little bit of water. So well, something like that. You really don't need more than that. And now we just plug it in and let it mix. So you want to let it go low. If it goes too high, it's just not going to mix everything. It's just going to mess everything up. So Right here in my Ninja Blender, I can press the low button, so I'm just gonna do it like that. And once you stop, you just take the tablespoon and just scrape everything from the sides. So, if you excuse me real quick, open it up and just scrape whatever you can find back into the batter. Just like so. And give it another 30 seconds. In the end, you're supposed to have a batter that looks like this. We'll see how liquid it is. It shouldn't be too liquid, it shouldn't be too solid. If it's too liquid, you're not gonna have pancakes. If it's too solid, then they're just gonna come up gooey from the inside. So we'll have a look at that in the pan. So you'll see for yourself what the consistency should look like. Okay, I'm using an electric stove. And with my electric stove, it goes by units of between 100 to 500. 500 being the highest, 100 being the lowest. And for me, it works well to put it on about 300, which is in between. 250 is not hot enough and 350 is too hot. You don't want them to burn. So you just take this spray right here. Americans call it non-stick for some reason. I just call it oil spray. Shake it real good. And then right into the pan. Just go like this. For some reason it doesn't go too well. And that's about it. And you wait for it to heat up, and then we'll start cooking them bad boys. Alrighty, now it's cooking time. So as you can see, lucky for me, I have this latch right here which I can open, and you just pour it in and look at the consistency. That's perfect right there. It's not too solid, it's not too liquid. It's exactly how you want it to be. And of course you just stop right there. Then you just even it out like that. This is the first pancakes. Usually the first pancake doesn't really come out that well, but we'll hope for the best. Once you see it start forming bubbles a little bit, that's where you can start checking if it moves. And if it's moving like that, then you can flip it over. And yeah, that one actually looks pretty good. It's usually a little bit more brown, but I actually prefer it that way. So yeah, you do that for the rest of the pancakes and supposedly you're done. So yeah, that's about that. I think this one came out even better than the first. So let's see, the bubbles are pretty consistent. Let's see what that looks like. Ah, voila, look at that. That's exactly what they should look like. That's a pancake right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a pancake right there. You already know I'm eating that first one. You already know I'm eating the first one. The first one and this, you already know I'm eating those. The rest, of course, I'll keep in a box, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So, because you guys need to know how to stash these things properly. Okay, so the rest of the pancakes, we kept it in a batch, just like that. I usually keep them in separate boxes, but I decided that, you know, I want to leave some space in the fridge, so I just put 2 on 2 on 2. It came out as 4 servings, 3, which is like 1, 2, and 3, like 6 pancakes over here, and these pancakes over here will soon eat them. So yeah, let's just close that up real quick. Now this part of the video is actually pretty important because after you've finished with the blender, that's what it looks like. So, you know, you can usually do the classic of just pulling it out and just scraping everything off, but my brother, my older brother, Sneer, if you're watching this video, shout out to you, taught me a pretty cool trick. Just fill it up with warm water, like so, off to the sides to make sure that you got nothing at the top that's going to interfere with you, right? And after you fill that up, you take the dish soap, 1 and 2, and then just close it up like so. Close it up like this, and then take it to the Ninja blender. And now basically what you want to do is you want to blend it for about 2 minutes on high speed. Now, I just finished mixing, so we'll take it out. Now check it out. Pour everything out and brand new. Just had to scrape a little bit off the sides, but really make things a lot easier than just, you know, do the classic, just take everything out and scrape it and stuff like that. So next time you want to clean up your Ninja blender, do that. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this by now and I'm just late to the party, but for those of you who are late to the party just like I am, that's a pretty cool tip. So fill it up a little bit more. Take that out. And of course I forgot to clean this part, which I'm gonna do right now. So hold on, wait a minute. There it is. I have cleaned it up properly. Mother Russia will be proud. Yes. Okay. By the way, I'm not Russian. I just like making voices. I may make a couple of videos about my voices in the future. Who knows? Anyways, these are the pancakes. You already know I'm having them with low-calorie syrup. I'm using Walden Farms pancake syrup. It's right here. I saw the guys using Mrs. Buttersworth, but I live in Israel, and unless you want to wait for a month from Amazon, you'd rather just get that. So yeah, these are gonna go in my belly. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, hope you liked it. Try this recipe, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. If you have better ideas, if you want more recipes, if you want me to try out other people's recipes with my improved versions, let me know in the comment section below as well. And that's it. Make sure to like this video, share, comment down below, subscribe, click that bell button, and let me know what you want to see next. So yeah, I'm Israel, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Peace.